you want Harry Brown? Do you want Senator Harry Brown? Do you have
just Harry Brown. Just Harry Brown's fine. And how about car guy? You know?
I love it. No, I love that.
I was selling clothes on Court Street here in Jacksonville, making $150 a week, working about 60 hours a week. And I said, you know, there's got to be something better than this. So I said, I don't know where it's going to be, but I'm going to find me a job today somewhere. I think the right date was February 13th, 1976. So all of a sudden, I'm a car salesman. Well, you know, I grew up in the tobacco fields here in Onslow and Jones County. I mean, I had worked hard growing up. So when I got in the car business, you know, one thing they told me was the hours are going to be long. Well, I can tell you, when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and take out 2 barns of tobacco and finish hanging up at 8:30 at night, I said, it can't be much longer than that. So I said, you know, I'll be okay with the hours. The first month was a little tough because I had to figure things out, but it didn't take me long. 4 or 5 months, I was at the top of the board, one of the top salespeople. Jim Moore pages me over the intercom to come to his office. And I go in there and he says, I want you to pack your stuff and go over to the Dodge store and see if you can turn that store around. It's not doing well. If you can't turn it around, we're going to close it in 3 to 6 months. So I saw that as a challenge, and I was ready for something. I was 26 at the time. I mean, I had to start from scratch, but I worked 60, 70 hours a week just building a team at that point, and we turned that store around. We actually made money the first month. I think we made like $1,000 that first month. I found one bank that would loan me the money. So at 32 years old, I became probably one of the youngest Chrysler dealers in the country and bought National Dodge at the time. It was only Dodge at the time, and became the dealer.
Harry was growing and had a need for a sales manager, and I was lucky enough to be the right guy at the right time in the right place. Harry gave me a chance. I was 22 years old.
I've always told him, try things, do things different. And we're going to screw up sometimes. I mean, I've done it a million times.
And he never really told you were wrong. Harry would tell me things like, was that a really good decision? And did that work out well for you?
I'd rather you learn from that and be wrong because you won't make that mistake again. So, you know, I've really allowed Robbie to do that. He and John Edwards both. John just retired, but John was my office manager for 43 years, and the two of them came about the same time.
A good guy to work for. You just don't work for someone that long if you don't trust him, and Harry's got a trustworthy heart.
That's what allowed me to go to Raleigh and serve for 16 years, is knowing I had a finance guy that I knew I could trust, and then my operations guy that I knew I could trust here to take care of things while I was gone.
It's not things that matter to him, it's people that matter to him. And he's also a person that if he has a complaint about the way something works, he's not just going to complain. He's going to try to find a way to make it better.
I always felt small business didn't have much representation. So, you know, I guess I got frustrated with that and over time. And one day I said, you know, I'm going to run. And actually got beat by 60 votes. But I ran a terrible campaign because I didn't know what I was doing. And then 2 years later, the Senate seat became Jones County and Onslow County. Nobody knew the two counties any better than I did, I felt like. But I just dedicated myself for a year to just work my tail off and see if I could win that Senate seat. And I did. I mean, I just outworked him, no question about it.
For Harry to win a Senate seat was huge for us. We were so excited for him, and we all knew that more responsibility would fall on us here at the store. And we wanted to carry that torch well. You wanted him to come back to see a ship that had been well maintained.
You know, here I go to Raleigh. I don't know a whole lot about politics at the time, but Going up there and being able to represent the only 2 counties I've ever lived in, I thought was just an honor, really.
He wanted more representation for the people of Onslow County, Jones County, and the rural counties of the state, because a lot of times they get looked over.
So I ended up being really the number 2 guy in the Senate as a majority leader. And I feel like the work we did during those 10 years where we were in the majority when I was up there, we really changed the direction of this state and made it what it is today, which is a great place to live and work and raise your family.
Harry has always come across to everyone that they mattered, and actually that they mattered more than him.
If someone comes in, asking for a donation to help a cause, he's, without hesitation, will do what he can to help his community.
You need to give back. And so I've always been active in the community. I've always tried to push my people to do the same. And there you meet people and you get to know them on a personal level. And that's how you build your customer base, I think, is just getting out in the community and working alongside these people in these organizations and make them successful. And then those people become your friends and part of your family, really, in a lot of ways.
Harry treated others as if that was the only person in the room at the time.
It's not about the cars, it's about the people.
Harry hasn't done any work anticipating rewards such as this one. I think everything he done because he felt that it was his job to serve, and in turn, he just gets recognized.
I had a great mom and dad. My dad had a 7th grade education, and he was a painter. Never made any money. But my brother and I didn't go without. We went to church every Sunday. And my dad, he worked until he was, in his 70s. And just about anybody in Maysville wanted him to do their paint work. I mean, that's how reliable he was. And he painted this dealership. So I think I got a lot of his work ethic and a lot from him, just the way he was. Of course, my mom, I don't know how she did what she did. She worked, and she'd get up and fix us breakfast and make us lunches and, wash the clothes and, just did everything, and it seemed like she just never quit working, I was just blessed there, for sure. Blessed. He's earned where he's at because I have not been easy on him.
My first job, I was under the impression that I was going to be going into the detail department at 14 years of age.
I wasn't going to give him anything. He needed to do it kind of like I had done it, work his way through it and figure it out.
I show up for work, ready to go to the detail department, and before I could go to the detail department, he made me go pick up all the cigarette butts around the building.
If I see a piece of trash out there in the parking lot, it drives me crazy.
And after I got done doing that, he asked me if I'd done the outside curbing of the parking lot, so I had to go back and do that.
Everybody sees the big stuff.
And then he told me to go get a 5-gallon bucket to go pick up trash out the ditch.
It's those little things that you ignore that over time get you. And those details are what you got to pay attention to every day.
He's taught me from the very beginning, you need to do everything that everybody else can do.
He washed cars, he worked in service, he's worked in parts, he sold for a while, he's been in F&I.
Younger me couldn't understand it. Older me now understands it and appreciates it.
Ryan is going to take this business over, and I'm giving him all he can take right now of it, really, and he's doing a great job.
He still comes to work every day. If he doesn't have meetings outside of work, he's here. It's his place. He's done it for 50 years. It's hard to walk away from that.
Harry at home is, he enjoys being with his family. He wants to see his family succeed, all of our children and grandchildren. That's one of the things that I've heard him say to our oldest grandchild is, if there's anything that you can do for me, it's for you to grow up and be someone that can take care of yourself and be successful in whatever you do. So he has a love for his family for sure.
Blessed to have a good family and 7 grandkids, and it just don't get any better than that.
He is open to whatever adventure we might suggest. Let's go on a hike, let's raft down the river, whatever. He's open for it.
Lisa has been, she's been as good as you could get, and I think had a lot of respect for each other, which I think really is what has made our relationship work so well.
We're trying to learn how to fish, but we're not doing too good at it, so maybe we need to get somebody to help us.
Oh yeah, she's working at it harder than I am right now. So, but yeah, we're gonna do that, and we've, I think, bought our retirement home, so we can walk out the backyard and do some fishing if we need to.
You count on him being genuine, sincere, honest, and humble.
Hardworking and intellectual.
He's remained humble and kind.
I don't know that I could change this life very much. I've been in this business 50 years. Served in the state senate 16 years. Got a great family. How does it get better? It just don't.